And then to go to Star Wars Only's second question, and this is more film related, I believe. He's asking, what was your favorite year for Star Wars in the past 20 plus years? Dre, what was your favorite thing, like favorite year for Star Wars? Past 20 years.
Oh man, past 20 years. Okay, so I really thought about this, right? Because you can go to, oh well, when the sequel trilogy was coming out, the excitement, the the anticipation for that, and that was pretty good, right? But then I kind of know how that story goes, and it kind of colors that a little bit, right? Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, maybe Galaxy's Edge, right? Galaxy's Edge was pretty cool, and it was, but then Rise didn't open up, and then later on, you got the effects of 2020, and that kind of put a damper on things for sure. So I'm still thinking, like, what year, right? And I think I came up with a pretty good answer. Okay. And this is gonna shock some people. It's gonna be, just out there, right? But I think I would have to go with the year-ish of 2002 to 2003. And the reason I know this is wild, right? And you're not gonna, it's like, what? Wasn't that the release of Attack of the Clones? Yes, but it was also the release of a couple of other things.
Okay.
Honestly, we had some of the best Star Wars content ever come out during that time. And now it's going to be kind of wild, but as a gamer, okay, we start out the year of 2002, March 26th of 2002, with Jedi Outcast. If you haven't played Jedi Outcast, guys, look this game up. It was so good. Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast was amazing, okay, in terms of, video games for Star Wars. Then in May 12th of 2002, you have Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones is, it's okay. It's all right, but I think there was a lot of enthusiasm surrounding that film, obviously. We got to dive in more into the prequels, and that set it up nicely for Revenge of the Sith, so we had a lot of anticipation coming out of that film as well. Then, July 15th of 2003, you have Knights of the Old Republic, which is one of the best games to ever come out. I mean, really awesome stuff. And then to cap that off, September 16th of 2003, you have Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, which is a sequel to Jedi Outcast, which a lot of people loved playing. I know for me, around this time, I had a Star Wars fan club at school. Like, we were all into it, researching all we could of the expanded universe and everything like that. So as far as, like, I don't know, my favorite year, that would probably have to be it, because the Star Wars content was out of control.
That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. You really, you surprised me, but you have like really, really good points in regards to like why that was a fantastic year. That was really good, man. That was really good. Mine, actually, you kind of brought it up actually in your description, and I will kind of. There is a caveat to it, but I'm gonna say late 2014, and then all of 2015 leading up to The Force Awakens. And the reason why I say this, and I know, like, we know how the sequel trilogy turned out,
right?
But despite the outcome, when that first trailer dropped for Force Awakens, and I think it was like November, I think it was like Thanksgiving-ish of 2014. It just kind of blew my mind seeing like the new stormtroopers and the Falcon and everything for that first time. It was like it was like being a kid again. It was it was so surreal to kind of go through that again, And then just the energy and the hype leading up to the premiere of Force Awakens, like the world was like energized. Like there were like various companies, like airline companies and Target and things that were like in on the celebration. They were, everyone was in on this thing. We were all at like this global community, just so hyped for the return of Star Wars and the energy. And a lot of people say, hey, Endgame though, right? I don't know. I think the lead up to The Force Awakens was even bigger than that. It just felt like such a... look, here's the thing. It could be because I'm more of a Star Wars guy, so it might have hit harder for me. And that definitely, there's definitely bias there for sure. But for me personally, just that lead up to The Force Awakens was just incredible. It was just such an incredible year. And then the sequel trilogy, premiered, Force Awakens, we got Last Jedi, we got Rise of Skywalker, and it look, as much as I liked each individual movie, the overall story, like as it worked together, I don't feel like it was as good as it could have been, But just that lead up though, it was so unmatched for me. The energy was so palpable leading up to that movie. It was insane.
I was almost gonna say it, but I felt like there's a pretty good chance OG's gonna say it too. So let me go off on on another route to this, right? But no, I agree with you. The energy around that time was insane. Like when that trailer dropped, it got everybody hyped. You saw that what is it? There's a term for it. It's kind of like Kylo Ren's crossblade saber, right? When that first like activated, it just blew people's minds, right? Chewie, we're home, that kind of thing, like all that stuff. And then they did something really cool, which was integrate that trailer or portions of it into the World of Color show that premiered as part of Disneyland's 60th anniversary. So you get that hype to it, right? So the Disney fans were getting in on it, but the Star Wars fans were really hyped about it. I remember, being outside Target for the merchandise event that was launching in October for merch exclusively for, and that was a really, really cool thing. That was awesome. And then I remember seeing Force Awakens at the AMC. That's now no longer there. Now it's a pile of rubble in downtown Disney. And guess who who was doing crowd control outside of the AMC? Cool. It's your favorite Maynard.
Maynard.
But it was kind of cool, It was like, oh, right, okay, cool. They got cast members to do this. And I remember that whole thing. That was pretty friggin' awesome. No question.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it was a pretty special time. It was, despite, hey, look, whatever side of the aisle you're on in regard to the sequel trilogy, whether, you love it, you hate it, you're indifferent, whatever it is, that lead up to The Force Awakens was pretty special. It was a pretty incredible time.